Envision a scenario where a Russian submarine unexpectedly emerges near a United States aircraft carrier. Such incidents have transpired in the past, particularly within the Mediterranean region, underscoring the fragile equilibrium of maritime power. Given the current global tensions, it is difficult to assert that such occurrences are beyond the realm of possibility. A standoff of this nature necessitates profound comprehension and meticulous consideration. What might unfold in a confrontation between a Russian submarine and a US aircraft carrier? Let us delve into this situation through the lens of naval capabilities. The primary defense mechanism is rooted in advanced detection technologies. Sophisticated sonar systems function as the underwater ears of naval vessels, emitting sound waves and interpreting their echoes to accurately locate submarines. Enhanced signal processing technology enables the differentiation of background noise from the distinct sounds produced by a submerged submarine, thereby allowing the US Navy to identify potential threats with both precision and promptness. Sonar operates by sending sound waves into the water and analyzing the echoes that return after striking an object. When these sound waves encounter a submarine, they reflect back and are captured by the sonar system. This technology not only precisely determines the location of an adversarial submarine, but also provides essential data regarding its speed and course. With the capability to detect submarines at significant depths and within intricate underwater settings, sonar empowers US warships to maintain a strategic advantage in underwater engagements. Furthermore, this technology aids the US Navy in countering threats posed by enemy submarines, thereby establishing a formidable defense. A defensive layer is essential for safeguarding critical maritime routes and ensuring national security. However, sonar is not the sole instrument employed. Satellites and reconnaissance aircraft also monitor extensive oceanic regions for any signs of unusual activity. Furthermore, underwater drones and other advanced technologies enhance detection capabilities. If a submarine is identified in proximity to a carrier group, the situation escalates, prompting the entire group to enter a state of heightened alert, with all personnel prepared to address potential threats. At this juncture, effective coordination and communication among units become paramount. In such circumstances, the aircraft carrier and its accompanying vessels may adjust their course and speed to establish a more compact defensive formation, thereby complicating the submarine's approach and improving coordination for anti-submarine warfare (ASW) operations. Helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft, equipped with sonar and other detection technologies, would be deployed to accurately locate the submarine. Ships within the carrier group would employ torpedoes, depth charges, or other specialized munitions to neutralize the threat. Initial responses would concentrate on intelligence gathering and reinforcing a robust defensive stance, while subsequent actions would be contingent upon various factors, including the specific context, international protocols, and rules of engagement. When a submarine surfaces near a carrier strike group, tensions can escalate rapidly. In such a high-alert environment, clear communication and diplomatic initiatives are vital in averting misunderstandings and preventing escalation. Utilizing standard radio frequencies and dedicated communication channels facilitate direct communication between vessels. Furthermore, international maritime signal flags serve to visually transmit fundamental messages. In addition to direct ship-to-ship interactions, diplomatic channels between the United States and Russia would likely be engaged, with embassies and military officials collaborating discreetly to clarify intentions, de-escalate tensions, and pursue a peaceful resolution. International maritime laws and conventions regarding maritime safety also play a role in conflict resolution, aiming to manage situations in a calm and professional manner through clear communication and established diplomatic channels to ensure safety and avert uncontrolled escalation. However, communication and diplomacy alone may not always suffice to uphold peace at sea. In the event of a Russian submarine engaging with a US aircraft carrier, what strategies do you believe each side would implement? Please share your insights in the comments below. When a Russian submarine surfaces in proximity to a US aircraft carrier, it initiates a series of intricate, tactical, and strategic responses. Numerous strategies and considerations influence interactions in such high-stakes scenarios. Aircraft carriers represent the pinnacle of a strike group, and their protection is of utmost importance. Carrier strike groups, CSGs, are essential to the US Navy's defensive strategy, particularly in safeguarding aircraft carriers, which are central to naval forces. CSGs typically consist of an aircraft carrier accompanied by escort vessels, such as cruisers and destroyers. The escort vessels, organized into a cohesive defensive formation, are essential in safeguarding the carrier against threats from enemy submarines. Equipped with advanced sonar systems, these ships are capable of detecting and tracking submarines, enabling them to identify and differentiate between various submarine sounds. This capability provides the strike group with crucial time to implement defensive strategies such as counterattacks or enhanced patrols. Additionally, the destroyers and cruisers within the Carrier Strike Group CSG are armed with effective anti-submarine weaponry, including missiles and other offensive systems designed to neutralize submarine threats before they can approach. The carrier CSGs serve not only as offensive units, but also as vital elements of the US Navy's comprehensive defense strategy. Under the ocean's surface, warships and submarines from global superpowers operate within a tense and intricate environment. When a submarine surfaces near a CSG, it leads to a confrontation that involves not only strategy and technology, but also the underlying intentions. The reasons for a submarine surfacing in the vicinity of a heavily monitored and defended CSG could range from mechanical failure to an urgent need for communication. Such scenarios necessitate a prompt and measured response, as international maritime law stipulates strict protocols for emergency assistance and communication at sea. The carrier group may either approach to offer help or maintain a safe distance to ensure that communication adheres to established protocols. Should the situation indicate potential hostility, tensions would escalate rapidly. At this juncture, the rules of engagement would determine the level of force that the CSG is permitted to utilize, taking into account not only the threat level, but also various other factors. International protocols and initiatives aim to de-escalate conflicts whenever feasible. The ultimate authority resides with the carrier group commander, whose decisions profoundly influence the trajectory of events in non-hostile scenarios. The carrier strike group may maintain communication or monitor a submarine from a secure distance, occasionally tracking it closely to ensure it does not present a threat. International regulations regarding freedom of navigation typically permit operations in international waters, as long as they do not interfere with the lawful activities of other nations. However, should a submarine surface near US territorial waters, the response from the carrier strike group is likely to be more assertive, involving direct visual and verbal warnings to deter the submarine from entering restricted zones. Such encounters can disrupt ongoing missions, necessitating the reallocation of resources to monitor the submarine, which may delay planned activities or training exercises. Upholding a robust defensive posture may also temporarily constrain the carrier's offensive capabilities. The interaction between a submarine and a carrier strike group resembles a strategic chess game, where each move is meticulously calculated. In an environment where technology and tactics are in constant flux, modern submarines possess advanced stealth capabilities due to noise reduction technologies and sophisticated hydrodynamic designs. These attributes render them nearly undetectable by surveillance systems, posing a considerable threat to aircraft carriers, especially when armed with torpedoes, anti-ship missiles, and mines. Nonetheless, this does not incapacitate the carrier. Advanced sonar systems, including towed sonar arrays and dipping sonar deployed from helicopters, work collaboratively to establish a protective barrier around the carrier. The escort vessels accompanying the group are equipped with anti-submarine weaponry, such as missiles, torpedoes, and depth charges, to neutralize potential threats. Anti-submarine warfare (ASW) strategies are continuously enhanced, utilizing coordinated maneuvers to complicate the ability of submarines to track and anticipate the movements of the carrier group. Modern simulation and data analysis technologies assist commanders in forecasting possible submarine activities, which is crucial for maintaining maritime superiority. The operational landscape extends beyond underwater engagements to encompass electronic warfare. Carrier strike groups employ electronic warfare (EW) systems to disrupt enemy sonar and communication networks, while safeguarding their own systems from cyber threats. Conversely, submarines can utilize electronic warfare techniques to mask their presence or hinder the ASW operations of their opponents. These technological advancements not only shape tactical approaches, but also influence broader strategies for maritime control and the projection of global power by nations possessing carrier strike groups. Addressing the submarine threat remains a paramount concern, as the ongoing technological arms race between submarines and aircraft carriers represents a continuous cycle of adaptation, with each side striving to secure an advantage in the expansive oceanic domain. History has recorded numerous intense confrontations between submarines and aircraft carriers, with each encounter underscoring the ocean's role as a silent witness to these strategic contests. The incident in 1970, when a Soviet submarine surfaced near a United States carrier strike group in the Mediterranean, marked one of the most critical confrontations between the two superpowers during the Cold War. The United States, as a military superpower, employed advanced sonar systems and defensive strategies to monitor and detect enemy submarines. US aircraft carriers, which played a strategic role in various conflicts and tense situations, were primary targets for Soviet submarines seeking to observe and potentially threaten them. With Soviet submarines operating in proximity to US carriers, American officers were compelled to take decisive action, implementing emergency countermeasures to safeguard their forces and avert escalation into armed conflict. These countermeasures included the adoption of defensive tactics such as enhanced sonar surveillance, the deployment of warships, and the utilization of intelligence-gathering tools to gain a clearer understanding of the objectives of the Soviet submarines. At that time, US radar and sonar systems were instrumental in detecting enemy submarines and preventing possible aggressive actions. Ultimately, the standoff was resolved through diplomatic means, highlighting the significance of maintaining diplomatic relations and negotiations to prevent a full-scale war. Do you believe that such encounters will persist as superpowers continue to assert their naval strength? We invite you to share your thoughts on these strategic confrontations and look forward to your insights on naval history. Submarines and aircraft carrier encounters have underscored the critical importance of establishing clear communication protocols to prevent misunderstandings and escalation in the aftermath of such incidents. Emergency communication channels have been created to ensure that rational decision-making prevails during periods of heightened tension. Reflecting on the late 20th century, declassified documents revealed an incident involving a US submarine and a Soviet carrier strike group, where the US submarine remained undetected for a significant duration. This situation highlighted the advanced capabilities of modern submarines and raised alarms regarding the susceptibility of carrier groups to underwater threats. Consequently, this incident prompted increased investments in anti-submarine warfare. ASW Technologies, particularly focusing on the development of sonar systems and sophisticated tracking methods. In 2006, a Chinese Song-class submarine unexpectedly surfaced near a US carrier strike group led by the USS Nimitz. Although the situation was resolved peacefully, it initiated a series of diplomatic responses and emphasized the necessity for clear communication to avert misunderstandings. Envision a scenario where a submarine equipped with advanced noise reduction technology breaches the defensive perimeter of a carrier strike group. In such a case, electronic warfare (EW) would emerge as a crucial battleground, with the carrier strike group employing tactics to jam and disrupt the submarine systems, while the submarine would strive to mask its presence and counter anti-submarine measures. Expert analyses and simulations conducted by military strategists play a vital role in understanding these dynamics. A crucial aspect of preparation for such events involves war games and simulations, which enable commanders to evaluate strategies and tactics within controlled settings. These exercises help identify vulnerabilities and enhance responses. They take into account various elements, including the specific capabilities of submarines and carrier strike groups, as well as environmental conditions and international protocols. The primary aim is to foresee potential challenges and formulate effective response plans to ensure safety and avert the escalation of conflict. The strategic implications of these exercises extend well beyond immediate confrontations. The knowledge acquired from each scenario has influenced future technological advancements and strategic choices. Nations operating carrier strike groups endeavor to maintain a competitive edge in anti-submarine technology, while those dependent on submarines continuously pursue improvements in stealth and armament. This dynamic interplay between the two has shaped the naval power landscape, highlighting the necessity of clear communication channels and the promotion of international collaboration. In addition to strategic considerations, environmental issues are of paramount importance. Aircraft, carriers, and submarines, as remarkable feats of modern engineering, coexist with marine life in the oceans. A significant concern is noise pollution. The impact of ship engines and sonar can be likened to an extremely loud underwater vacuum cleaner, which disrupts marine creatures' communication, impairs their ability to locate food, and can even harm their hearing. Furthermore, incidents such as oil spills or the destruction of delicate seabed habitats can have long-lasting effects, often taking years for ecosystems to recover. The ocean is in need of recovery. Fortunately, there are strategies available to alleviate these effects. Innovative designs now incorporate quieter technologies, and certain naval forces utilize specialized sonar settings to minimize noise pollution. Additionally, nations are working together to implement marine protection regulations, such as establishing shipping routes that bypass sensitive ecosystems. Through the use of advanced technology and commitment to international agreements, we can maintain the cleanliness of our oceans for all living organisms, even as large vessels navigate these waters. What are your perspectives on such interactions? How might these circumstances affect global political dynamics? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. If you found this video informative or enjoyable, please remember to like and subscribe to Navy Power for more intriguing content regarding the United States Navy.